he literally files court docs to say, I can no longer go without my check monthly, okay? Now, he getting dragged so bad on social media, said everybody would, after he just recently announced that he was gonna be doing and telling his side, then she gonna continue to have problems. He works them white folks that's got hands in her bank account. You stole her money and you gave it to a hoe. The one you loved, okay?
Is Sharina Hudson finally gonna apologize to Wendy Williams just so she would spare them and continue giving them money? We know how Sharina and Kevin Hunter betrayed Wendy, made her suffer, and went through all those things. They obviously contributed to making Wendy's mental and physical health worse than it was. Knowing that Sharina was willing to ruin a family and a marriage, it's not impossible to see her starting to be apologetic about what they did to Wendy after everything that had happened. Come on, they benefited so much from Wendy's money and they were never even apologetic when Wendy finally decided to divorce Kevin because she found out that Sharina was pregnant. Let's do a little backtrack about how things became so messy, shall we? So yes, Kevin was with Wendy for a very long time already, and even though Wendy knew that Kevin was cheating on her, she kept quiet and did not speak about what was happening, not until she found out that Kevin got Sharina pregnant. That was the last straw for her. Fans and supporters were outraged when Sharina was throwing shade at Wendy on her Instagram account. I mean, who does she think she is to even do that? She would not even afford the lifestyle that Kevin gave her if not for Wendy's money. Both of them leached off of Wendy and are both still wanting to extort more money from her. Remember when Wendy exposed everything that she knew about Kevin and Sharina? She never held back when she filed for divorce and talked about everything that they did to her. Also, can we talk about how she also got him fired as a producer in the Wendy Williams show? She even said in an interview that she left Kevin divorced and unemployed.
I don't recommend that you work with your husband because I made him my manager, and then when I decided to divorce him, he had to be fired. In other words, I made him divorced and unemployed all in one day.
She knew that he was only after her money and maybe realized that far too late. Besides, she was undergoing some hardships already even before the divorce. People were quick to point out that maybe Kevin took advantage of Wendy's vulnerable state. Even people close to her, including their son, said that Kevin controlled and manipulated Wendy. One source even revealed that Kevin was insecure, that is why he tried to manipulate Wendy and control her. Well, it kinda makes sense because if you guys remember, Wendy has been dealing with her alcohol dependence even when she was still married to Kevin. Kevin knew about that and was the only one who knew about her going into a sober house. She was actually in a sober house when she found out the news about Sharina being pregnant. She had a relapse and was rushed to the hospital. That is why the theory about Kevin still manipulating her to agree into paying alimony is also a very plausible one. Kevin must be thinking that he worked so hard and did so much to make her sign those papers and agree to paying alimony only for her to end up not giving him alimony any longer. I can get frustrated, but if he thinks that people would sympathize with him, then he should wake up from his dream and bubble. Since then, there were also speculations going on about the possibility that Sharina will soon leave Kevin, especially if he can no longer give her everything that she wants. Well, they started because of money, and I think that money will also end what they have. We're all just curious about how Sharina is going to deal with this whole situation, especially that Kevin recently just lost the case they filed against Wendy. If Sharina lay low on her jabs against Wendy, then this would just mean that she's afraid Wendy will really get on, recover, and drag both her and Kevin down. But before we get deeper into the video, if you love Wendy Williams and are excited to see what a reaction about all this mess is, then make sure that you subscribe to our channel right away. I will always keep you on the loop about the latest happenings in their life.
Plotted to divorce Kevin, and I sacrificed a lot of myself to come out successful on the other side.
The best way I can, which will probably make him wish that he never met me in his life. And the girl, she is now on.
Now, going back to our topic, have you guys also heard that Sharina pressured Kevin before to divorce Wendy? Of course, he did not do that. He was just always waiting to get Wendy's money and shower Sharina with that money, so divorcing her means that he will instantly go broke. That is also why people cannot believe his confidence whenever he would say that he was behind her success. Yes, he was once a producer in Wendy's show, but people love Wendy even without Kevin. We wouldn't even know about him and Sharina if not for Wendy. These days, whenever Kevin is being interviewed, he would always include Wendy's name just so people would talk about him. One source close to Wendy also talked about Kevin and that the only thing that he knows is to spend Wendy's money. Even though he treated Wendy so badly, we cannot deny that he treated Sharina with so much support. He even bought her a house and invested in her businesses. Of course, you guessed it, that was also Wendy's money. Well, where else would Kevin get his money, right? Ever since he got fired from the show, he never once tried to have another job. I bet the alimony was even too much for the two of them because they never found the need to do so. Now that Wendy's threatening to take away the life that they got used to, would they be forced to apologize to her or even find a decent job to support their family? Many people are saying that Sharina is once again the reason why Kevin even filed a lawsuit claiming that Wendy breached their contract. This happened because Wendy stopped sending alimony to Kevin. Kevin made all these claims saying that he's behind on most of his bills and that he will soon lose his house if Wendy continues with the act. He added that he cannot even pay for car insurance and that he had to undergo a hip surgery, but he cannot do that without Wendy's money. Are you also looking forward to seeing Sharina asking Wendy for forgiveness? I would love to know your thoughts, so comment them down below. Now, even though they were able to take advantage of Wendy when she agreed to pay alimony, Kevin's lawyers missed something. In their divorce settlement agreement, it was stated that if Wendy's contract got terminated or not renewed, Kevin agrees that the severance pay would be subject to modification or even termination.
Where do you see Wendy going from here?
We're gonna keep talking about Wendy.
That's the last question. Where do you see Wendy going from here?
I see her excelling as long as she recognizes what's really going on and takes time to herself. She should be fine.
Oh, one thing I forgot. What happened with the bank thing? The whole thing that was in the news with the bank.
I'm not at liberty to talk about what's going on with her Wells Fargo situation. I'm not.
We all know the Wendy show already got cancelled. Her lawyers even made a statement about this, saying that Wendy is no longer receiving any compensation from her show and that she's not currently working on any other TV shows. This is the loophole that Wendy saw, and I don't think that she will ever let go of this advantage. I bet that they will always use this in their defense. Even though the judge already decided to dismiss Kevin's request, he's still allowed to take his case to mediation. Now, we know how desperate they are to get money that they did not even work hard for. They will do everything that it takes just so they can continue to live lavishly even without doing anything. This dude and his mistress are on another level, really. He doesn't even know how to respect his ex-wife after everything that he got from her. At this point, we can all agree that they are a hopeless case. Do you think that they will ever change and leave Wendy alone for good? That is what we are all wishing for Wendy right now, but I think she's enjoying this moment. She's slowly seeing Kevin and Sharina's relationship falling apart. If Kevin thought that he did something by trying to look pitiful, then people's perception about him would not change anymore. We're all on Wendy's side, and he should start doing something right now to keep Sharina by his side. Well, we all know what the woman wants. She wants to be spoiled even if it ruins another marriage. If they really decide to apologize to Wendy or at least try to look like they're sorry with what they did, we would still know what their true intention is. One thing's for sure anyway, Kevin and Sharina look pathetic because of what's happening with them. They should think their next decisions through because one wrong move and Wendy will certainly take them down. For sure, she just wants to get away from them as far away as possible. Hopefully, Wendy gets well soon and returns because we're all excited to see what they got to say about these two. Fans are already waiting for her first podcast. Kevin should now realize that people are still waiting to see her even without him. This is because her success is hers and it was never because of him, even though he's so delusional to believe that. Reporters saying that Wendy's already out of the wellness facility and is now getting better. Everybody is expecting that Wendy now has a solid support system to guide her all throughout her recovery. This is something that Kevin took away from her. He is also the one to blame why Wendy does not have constant contact with her family and why she has no friends. She battled with her struggles alone because of Kevin, which must have been so hard for her. Just when we thought that this drama is already closing because of the decision of the judge, here comes more spicy stuff that will make this fiasco look like it's just starting its new chapter. Well, even if we want to see Sharina being sorry for what they did to Wendy, I don't think that she will do that. It will be easier for her to get away from Kevin, leave him, and find another person that will spoil her. While we really never know about these two, knowing that Kevin is pretty desperate to still have Sharina in his life, he would no doubt try to steer something again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out these videos.